myself. Take me right back to the start.
Good morning, MML Challenge League. Today is a special day because not only is it me waffling on, I have another two coaches from the MML who are going to waffle on just as bad as me. So before we start, let's welcome the two coaches who are joining me. My brother from Hull, the one and only Bezo the Beast. Berzins. Now then, Bezo.
Good afternoon or good morning. How are we doing?
No, not too bad. And then we've got the Liverpool Scotsman, who is absolutely taking the MML pros by storm, the one and only Dio. Now then, Dio?
Hey guys, I'm good.
So nothing
Way too early, but I'm good.
Absolutely, nothing possibly can go wrong, hopefully, in this show.
Have you got an interpreter in so we can understand Dio?
What's that?
I think us coming from Hull, I don't think we should be going about anybody's accent. But hey-ho.
I'm more just impressed that you're pronouncing Hull properly instead of just going oh.
I know, I do pronounce Hull, yes. I do get the Mickey took out me because everyone says Hull and I say Hull. So the only posh thing we will say on the show is that. Right then, so we did the pros, we've gone through all the pro things, and now we're down to the challenge. What's I think it's a bit more interesting because obviously teams are trying to get promoted, and we've also got that crazy wildcard system where two of the best third place finishes get through to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, let's start off with the DLC Fun My Believable division, and we'll have a quick look at the leaderboard then.
Also known as the Easy Conference.
There's not the Easy Conference at all. Don't you give me that rubbish. Will you look at all them brilliant players in there? So basically, no surprise to me. Although I'll be honest, I did go for wild card and I did tip White Lions of Cavaliers to win this division. How stupid do I look? But I also did say Snoopy's Revenge and the Wet Bandits would be up there as well. And obviously, Snoopy's Revenge have a Strength 5, Agility 4, Mighty Blow, Dodge Wolf. And you know what he got? He beat Rez yesterday and he's now got a Strength 5 Golem as well.
Yeah, it's basically cheating, that Wolf. If you look it up in the rules, it is basically cheating.
Is it? Oh, scandal.
Yeah.
Scandal.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. You know. So looking at the leaderboard, I'll come to Dio first. Is there anything what surprises you on that leaderboard? Like anything you think's higher up than it should be or anything lower than it should be?
Not particularly. The two high elves at the bottom could be slightly higher, but the names of the coaches and the races that they're playing is kind of explains how everything is. Momo's great with Necro, you're brilliant with Nurgle, Fire Talker's got Skaven, which he's good with, and he's easily able to one turn. Rez and Fox are usually more elf players, but by no means are they bad.
Yeah.
And then Blue and Cav, a lot of the time they focus on the dice. Again, they are good coaches, so it's a very tough division. Makes you feel a little bit sorry for the ogres, just kind of hoping they manage to get one of those dice games where it goes well for them in the next couple of games.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to the ogres, they and this is me being harsh as I always am, they blew it against almost Killy. They should have got a draw. He burnt his reroll, then tried to pick the ball up when he had it locked down on the side, and obviously the ball goes out. The Crow threw it perfectly for Resno's team, and obviously dodged and scored. So you know, I watched both the ogre teams, this one and the one in the other challenge, and they could have had better records if they'd just picked and did the right stuff. So I was a bit gutted for him there. But like you said, he's got two more games. He's got to win one of them because I'm sure I did say on the pre-cap that he will win the game. So I'm getting a bit worried.
Well, the two games that he's got left, one is the Wet Bandits. So that one very much depends on the dice for removals.
Yeah.
The other though is the Curitans, one of the Chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos don't particularly like that 6 strength 5 plus players. Especially when he's going to be... Is he going to get inducements against them?
I don't know.
No, the Curitans will get a bit of inducements, I think.
I mean, the
Curitans are 30k less.
Yeah, but the Curitans only. As well, look at the team. I mean, they've only got one reroll, so
he's lacking guard as well. He's only got 2 guard pieces, which is going to be really hard against all that strength.
When you look at the leaderboard, Bearzo, is there anything? I mean, obviously, I've asked Theo, I'm asking you. Is there anything what you're surprised who's up there? Anything you're surprised who's not up there?
No, it's similar. Like, there's a couple of coaches that are good coaches playing not outside their comfort zone, but playing different races. Yeah. It is a tight group. I thought it'd be a lot tighter. I did think that Blue and Cav would be higher up. Blue's team's very good. I thought they'd be a bit higher up, but then who do you replace? Because I don't know. There's a lot of good coaches. I said Necro, that team's fantastic, and only been made better by last game as well. So
yeah, I mean, I think. My prediction, well, not much of a prediction now because we're almost there, and he has played 6 games. He will finish top seed in challenge, I think.
I picked you 2 for top 2 in the start.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't really get why people picked me because my team obviously was cut from 2300 to 1400. But you know, I'm there, so I'm pretty happy where I am. Obviously. An interesting fact. There's 2 interesting facts about obviously the Nagel teams in the challenge. Obviously, the count of kill team came in. I'm not going to go on about that, but I'll tell you one thing. What was really interesting when I was looking at stats, Playgrid and Cowboys have only let 2 touchdowns in for the full season. They have 4 clean sheets out of 5. And the only team who's got a better record for letting TDs than the Cowboys is the other 4 Horsemen team, Abomination Nation, who've only let 1 touchdown in for the full season. So, you know, defensively, the Nagel teams are doing pretty well on that respect. Saying that, I'm against the Red Bandits.
I could have sworn you said interesting then, sorry.
It was an interesting fact. It is an interesting fact. You know, people, say that we're kill teams, but, they never point out, actually, you know what? Them Nagel teams, 1 touchdown, where people are averaging 6-7 touchdowns against them, to only let 1 or 2 touchdowns in, that must mean they can sort of like defend, I would have thought. But I thought
they're removing that many players.
No, we're not that quick. Even Frank is not that quick. They get at least 4 10s to do something with before we start, mincing them. But I must admit, I thought the Cavaliers would do better. But in defence of Cav, he's just had one of those seasons. It's been a horrid season. Almost every game he's played, he's lost players. Against me, he had me in a bit of trouble, but then rolled a double 1, and then obviously snowball from there. So he's not been getting the breaks in a good way. But you know what? I think last game of the season against Smoopy's Revenge, he may be able to pull something off because elves, they don't usually have a problem scoring, do they?
Do stuff. Yeah.
So, so
I think your game this week's a big one in the group, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, looking at how. Obviously, after Killy losing yesterday, it's basically between the top 3. And obviously, the wild card spot at the moment would suggest it'll come from this 3. So, I think the way I'm looking at it is if I can get a draw, I will make the playoffs, even if it's a wild card spot.
Yeah.
The problem is, as we'll have a look at the teams now, is, he's got a 1-turner. But anyway, let's go through them. Playgrid and Cowboys first, so you get the fun of ripping my team apart first. Dio will come to you first. Anything you want to say about them? Apart from they look like a very nice ball-playing team.
But, let's have a look. I'm still loading them up.
Good, that's it. Great.
That's a nice amount of tentacles.
Yeah.
Tell that you're a fan of Japanese things. Blodging.
I don't know what he means.
I don't know what he means.
Nice strength 5. That's a very solid team.
Are you buying the Nagel Warrior off me that I've got? That's the question, Bernie.
No, I think no, because it's got Palin on, and
Yeah, but he's called Buffon the Destroyer. He
is called Buffon Destroyer, but no.
I don't think you really need more than 1, maybe 2 Palin on in a team.
I said basically that
coming from the dwarf man.
But yeah, I mean,
any on my team at the moment.
Maybe
he's on about
your team.
yeah. I must admit, Dio's been pretty cool, but I have noticed people like it's just Steve and all that moaning about kill teams, and it's like, is that because you're dwarfs and we've got claw? We can just open you quite easily. I think that's the reason why. I think if you was elves or something, you wouldn't be bothered as much. But I'm trying to get a theme with tentacles. I mean, if I wanted to go down the OP or win at all cost route, I would have gone tackle, because hey, that means gut wrench and Postman Apocalypse can just rip blodgers to shreds even more. But I just thought if I could get like 5 tentacles, how cool would that look? And when I play against things like gut runners and that, it'd be so funny because my tentacles will just go on them. I would love Bufo.
Aren't like this team.
Yeah, I would like Bufo on the Destroyer Bearzo, and I know he just kills stuff, but I think I'd get so much in trouble. And I did say to myself, you know what? Might blow claws okay, as long as I don't go the Pylon route. Frankie, I'm not going to get Frankie until he dies, so he's the only one who's got Pylon, and I don't think I'll have Pylon again after he goes, I think, because I don't want to upset people. So.
Stop talking rubbish.
Well, I
much about what other people think.
It just bores me now when people are crying about it. So I'm trying to be able to say, look, I am taking my blown claw, but I am gonna go Pylon route because it is what it is, isn't it? I'll save that for other leagues. But
You've got 3 claw mighty blow, 1 other mighty blow on the beast. It's not exactly a kill team.
It's not.
More killy than this.
It's not. I think what I try and say without being
guard means that I wouldn't even be bothered about playing this team.
Well, that's it. I mean, I've said about this team. Look, I had to go from 1400. Now, anyone who knows anything, Nagel are not very good with 1400, and I was sort of pinned into his corner what I could take and what I couldn't take. So I'd set my best players. Obviously, people like Dr. Death, who everybody liked, had to get rid of him, and he was a beast. He was. So I've had to, like, this season, as like I said, and I wasn't like trying to play it cool when we did the
players.
Yeah. Basically, I'm just having to try and get my players back and that, and that's why I thought, you know what, if I can get 4 in the top 4, I'd be happy with that. And then obviously if I don't make the playoffs this season, then I could have gone. But the thing, what I think why I get a lot of attention is that I am good at what I do with my pieces. So, if you're going to leave me good pieces out there, I will take the shot. And if there's a piece there what I need to foul, I will foul, because Nagel are 2 things, the control and removal. And I like to think I do both of them quite well. But this team isn't that, I don't think it's that killing. It's only got 2 guard. I've only got 2 tackle, and one of those is on my ball piece. So a decent coach should be able to find a way around that. And I think probably Fire Token might do that today. Fire
Talker just depends on avoiding the tentacles with the right pieces.
Yeah. He did that against Rez, he just ran away. Yeah. Yeah, it was
he could be in trouble.
I'll go to Bears. What do you think of this team? Your honest opinion, mate.
It's nice, mate. Like I said, once you have to drop it to 1400, once you get another Nagel Warrior at the end of the season, it's well up there, mate.
Would you?
Even if you lose players or lose a player, you can replace it end of season. And
see, this is I want your honest opinion on this, guys. I've obviously got a Nagel team in the farm, and I'm looking at things to bring in. I've got the choice of a Strength 5 Nagel Warrior, block Mighty Blow Claw, and his 5 points off Tentacles. Do I bring that in? But then again, I'm thinking, you know what? If I've already got 3 Mighty Blow and Claw, people might get upset. Do I still bring in because it'd work well with the synergy of all the other Tentacles? Or I've got 2 Agility 4 Pestigores, or I've got this funky thing what has Wrestle, and it's got Leap, and I'm trying to get long legs if he gets another touchdown, so it'd be like a guy who jumps in on a 3+ and sacks the ball. If it was your call,
buy my Pesty off me.
I'm no good with +2 movement, mate. I'm horrid. I'm not Rand or
Rand. Sure, Rand's the lot.
Rand and Thunder are very good at stuff like that. I suck with anything 1-turning. I'll mess up a 1-turner what just needs a point and click. That's how great I am at 1-turning. But would you go down the warrior route, guys, like that, or would you
I'd
looking?
Get a warrior, yeah. I'd look at getting your 4th warrior, but I wouldn't mind seeing a stand firm guard piece on here.
Yeah,
just
a
really
firm guard warrior would be better than another claw warrior.
Well, what would be better? Sorry.
I'd have said a stand firm guard,
tentacle guard, kind of warrior rather than our mighty blow claw, but at the same time, strength 5.
Yeah.
It depends what route you go with your beast as well. If you give your beast guard next or stand firm next, or if you rolls a double, it depends on that.
The beast I've brought, I don't really need the beast if I'm being honest, because especially when they're bringing the strength 5 in. But what I was trying to go for with my team is to have all these tentacles flying about. Well, in my head, sounds real cool. So I would keep the beast just on that purpose because it's obviously got tentacles, and I was going to go guard stand firm because I need guard. It's as simple as that. That's basically what I need.
You play similar to me, like with your beast. You never make it necessary for it to do what you ask it to do.
No, because it always lets me down when I do.
You know what I mean? It's nice to have it there because it annoys everybody, and then you know that you can base your play around that thing not working, and then if it does work, bonus.
I'll tell you what was real funny about the beast. I mean, I don't care about this beast at all, but the amount of people who've tried to kill it, foul it, attritioned it, they really hate it, and I'm like, please, keep hitting my beast, because I really don't care.
Annoying, mate. Yeah, they're annoying.
And I'm like, I really don't care.
What else is nice as well? Your rotters that hogging your TV, which is what you want. So.
Yeah, I've got plenty of them. Really. Plenty of them. It's the most I've ever had. Can you see... Let's have a look. In fact, no, I'll ask that question later. Let's go on to Smoopy's Revenge. They played already this week. They're already in the playoffs, so congratulations to him. I still think they'll finish top seed of the challenge. I'll come to you, Beto, first. What do you think of this team?
That is disgusting. Mate, it is a lovely team. It should be winning stuff with this. It's immense. That werewolf, I don't even need to talk about it. It's just disgrace. Getting dodge as well as the last skill just makes it even more annoying, because even when you are going to get the chance to hit it, you may get 1 dice on it. It's horrible. It should be winning games with it, and it's had you for as well, so it's just going to run away from everything.
Yeah, I tell you what I like about Monmo though, Bezo. I've said it, and he's sort of guy who's a very killy sort of coach. He's very bash orientated, but again, he's another coach.
Blown a lot of stuff here.
Oh, he does. This is the way he plays. But again, we can all go on about that. But the thing what really impresses me about Monmo is his positioning with everything. Especially on defense, he's very, very, probably one of the best MML coaches, I think, personally, on defense in position. He positions them perfect. And, and that's why I think he's so good at what he does. Yeah, this team's ridiculous because any of us can go anywhere with that strength 5 thing. It's brilliant. But again, there's been games like last game. It didn't do great last game, but again, he still gets the results. And
there's going to be a lot of times you can potato that wolf though.
He does.
He's untouchable by most things anyhow.
Yeah.
I mean, once these whites, if they don't roll anything crazy, they're going to end up getting stand firm with some of these whites, and then it's just going to be immense.
Yeah.
Because they both got blodge, they both got guard, one's got sight. It's just that'll be immense if they get stand firm.
This was the wolf, wasn't it? Who was Don Eagle's wolf, who led him to an MML title, if I remember.
Yeah.
Could it happen again with this team? Could this wolf give another coach another championship gold?
I think it could. It could. That fetch strength 5 on the fleshy as well as lush.
Oh man.
He even took Mighty Blow on a zombie as well, just because he loves a bit of Mighty Blow.
That's it. It's pretty. It's a pretty scary team. Dio, what do you think? Would you like playing this team?
I wouldn't actually be too bothered playing it. There's not a huge amount of guard.
Yeah.
The coach, I'd fear playing.
Yeah.
But looking at the team, it's solid.
Yeah.
It's just another few levels up, and then it'll be terrifying.
Yeah, it's. I mean, when I played him, it was like I was like, right, we got to play solid and don't let the wolf have a big say in it. Defense blitz. Wolf just went past me, ran up on my rotter, picked the ball up and scored. I was like, well, that's good. And obviously, I had swelling heat, and that knocked all my players out. So I had a rough time against this, but his defense was amazing. He positioned so well. This team's only going to get better, and I will be stunned if this doesn't make pros.
The only thing I think he needs a goal. I play different. I play a little bit different with my Necro. Like last few seasons when I played him, I don't have my wolves as my ball carrier.
Right.
And my wolves are solely there for attacking.
Because of how Momo plays, he's a strong aggressive coach, so he doesn't like those slightly more vulnerable AV7 non-regen.
If you have
schools.
one of them as your ball carrier, he should be not really getting hit. Like
that's it.
Once a game,
if he takes one, it then frees up both the wolves for both halves.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily. I mean, you're not going to turn it down, but Agi on both wolves. Do you need it? I don't know. It's tough, really.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I think
I would never turn it down.
I would turn agility down on a wolf.
See, I would if I heard it. I don't know, mate.
Yeah, but the thing is, basically,
It allows you to blitz and disengage if you've not knocked the guy down, to then run back behind your screen or whatever.
I mean, I always look on the point that, look, as good as number 1 is, it's Blood Bowl. Something could happen. A rock could kill it. A foul could kill it. It could double skull and kill himself. You know, he, as good as he is only armor 8, and regen is a 50-50. You know, it doesn't always work. So
he's going to get a lightning bolt in every now and again.
Yeah. So, you know, having a good backup in Wet Dog, you know, is a solid plan. And the way them two, usually what happens when it's been playing is it says, like, the strength I've got to go, right, I'll have the ball, and then when it's safe to score, I'll give it to Wet Dog, and he'll get it done. He's got a good combination there, and the team's getting good. It is getting good.
I'd like to see a goal. Either it being, I wouldn't bring a ball carrier goal in because he's obviously has number 1 on the ball, but maybe like an agility guard piece. You know, like a bit more movement, and someone who can get around a bit more, and a bit of extra guard.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does, because his TV is 1830. I mean, you know, we've saying about how great this wolf is, but he is 330k. He is a big chunk of, you know, of TV. And obviously this other wolf is going to just rack up a lot of TV as well. So, you know, he's already got 510 TV in them wolves. And obviously he's got another 50 in the first golem, so that's 200k in that. So obviously it depends if he's bothered about the TV value. That's what it comes down to. If he isn't, you know, but if it was me personally, if I had a goal, that goal's job would be to have the ball and say, right, you're my ball carrier. My other 2 wolves are going to go and cause aggro.
I did that with mine, mate, and it works. That first season was in the CL, who managed to win it in the CL just by doing that, and I don't think I scored 1 touchdown with the Wolves.
I think your Wolves are there is to enforce and to surf, not to look after the ball. That's what your goal's there for. And that'll make sure your goal lives longer because he's getting protected, or he should be getting protected, so he gets very little hits. And then maybe on the defensive drive, he doesn't need to be on the pitch because 2 Wolves can do his job a lot better.
Not only that, people draw to the Wolves. If you've got a goal with the ball, people are drawn to your Wolves anyway, and they will take players off your ball carrier.
Yeah, and you'd rather someone lightning bolt your goal than a strength 5, agility 4 wolf.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, but it's a good team.
It's one of the big questions for necro teams is, do you need the ghouls? So there is always going to be that debate around them.
I personally would. It's a no-brainer for me because my goal is my ball carrier. It has to be my ball carrier.
I'm the kind of person that takes the assassin on a dark elf team. I just like to have everything. So
yeah. Well, there we go.
I'm at the other extreme of this.
Right, red dye.
I think this king can go all the way there anyway.
Yeah. Red dye redemption then. Let's have a look at one of the first elves. Good old blue 6 max. Dio, what would you think of this team?
I've been through the wars a bit. It looks like there's quite a few niggles and a few stat downs. Nice amount of guard on high elf team though. That's going to cause coaches problems. 2 agility 5 guys. The movement down on the thrower, frustrating, but it's not too big of an issue as he doesn't really need all his movement most of the time. Yeah,
the obviously, all I'm going to say regarding blue is he just spaces too much, and that's why you're seeing all these white crosses. I mean, I know Alma plays aggressive as well, but I think with blue is he bases too much, but then he's confused why his team gets broken. You know, if you want to play a physical sort of game, something like dwarfs or orcs would be better suited for that sort of game. Where I've seen him a lot this season, because I watch almost all the games in my division. He's basing all the time, and you've got armor 7 there, armor 8, and even without mighty blow, people are going to break your stuff if you give them enough blocks.
You can see that he's quite a hit-first coach based on the skill choices. The tackle and guard on the thrower, the dauntless on both blitzers is the first skill. So he's already planning on throwing not so likely blocks.
You know, and
I usually prefer to dodge up the blitzers to
give more protection,
keep them standing rather than think about knocking down the opponent.
Yeah, because to me,
unless you're already risking either a 1 dice or a red dice if it fails.
And I'm on both of them as well. What to me is an interesting choice.
But at the same time, that could be designed around the play pool that he's in, with ogres, with chaos, 2 chaos, Nurgle, and that wolf.
Yeah, I think it's though he's had them, especially number 4's had that build, and I think Doc Holliday had that build before he even came into the division. So, I mean, like you say, it's a good point you make. Is there's a lot of things here, what base and aggressive and all that. I just think if you're gonna go down that route, you're playing the wrong race. You know, elves are, you know, it might come up once every so often, but you know, if you go, I mean, like we've said, this division is quite bashy, and you know, you base up, you're gonna lose players. I mean, Bezo, what do you think? I mean, am I talking rubbish again? Or
yeah, Dyer's hit it on the head, mate. It bases up a lot, and there's a lot of. It took a lot of beatings on it.
Yeah.
You can't base up with elves. It's a nice team. It's a very, very nice made team, and I think played slightly different, it might be better. But I can't comment on elves, mate, because I am horrendous with them.
Yeah. I mean, I think the best elf teams, like if you watch Rez and that, he will base when there's a reason to base. Like, right, I'm gonna base here and risk it because if this works, I can get the ball loose, or I can make a gap. I think Blue just likes to base. I think he's open for them dub skulls or 1 in hands if they haven't got the block. But I mean, offensively, he's very good. He'll get the touchdowns and that. I just think, you know, friendly advice to me is look, when you're going to base, ask yourself why you're basing. What's the reason to base? And I think if he you know, did that thought process, he would win a lot more games. Because, you know, even with like orcs and dwarfs, you know, you keep giving, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 hits a game, even they're going to break, you know?
Yeah, that's good.
You know, but hey, I wish him all the best of luck in his last couple of games, and hopefully next season he'll do well. But I think he did say he might bring chaos in, what would maybe suit him a lot better. So whichever he does, I wish him the best of luck. But unfortunately, there'll be no players for him this season. Now, we have 2 Wood Elf coaches in this division, both gone chaos. I don't know if we should blame Beers for this, because obviously since he's won the thing, everybody's gone on the chaos train. The Curtains came in with no reroll build. What I was like, what? No rerolls? But you know what? He's played really, really well, and he's now got
10k off getting another one as well.
Yeah, and he's got a nice mana as well. Bezo, tell me what you think of this team.
It's 15-8, isn't it? I think chaos teams are really hard to get anywhere where you want them at a low TV.
Yeah. And
then you start putting a few little bits and bobs on, and they just seem to skyrocket. It's a really, really hard team to keep the TV low down, but then when they get up there to 2,000, it's an awesome team.
Yeah.
Which I can't understand, because they look like, you look and think, well, where's 1,580 here?
Yeah.
Especially with 1 reroll, you think, where on earth is that? But taking Pylon before Mighty Blow, I don't know about that. I like the diving tackle on the Beastman, so that's sometimes overlooked. I do like that.
Yep.
Splattering a guard, it's a good making of a team, and I think it'll only get better. But TV will start going massive.
Yeah, and again, I mean, when I played him, and he turned around to me and said, "Right, well played, Barry. Next time though, it's going to be different." Basically implying I'm going to have the claw, I'm going to have the mighty blow to thingy, and I just turned around and said, "Yeah, fair play, mate. But you know what? Guess what? My team's going to be a lot better as well. So you know, we'll see."
He needs a nice. I mean, he's taking dodge on that Chaos Warrior as well, so he's got the makings of a nice team. Do you want Agi4 on a Chaos Warrior? I don't know.
I think this is the Wood Elf in him, isn't it?
When he got that, if he got that Agility 4 very early on, then when the team wasn't really built, it's brilliant. And when he puts on like a guard next, he's got a guy that can disengage and put himself where he needs to be. Then you've got a strength 4 blodging guard piece right next to you.
Yeah.
Agility 4, both carries are good.
I mean, his Minno's lush. Doubles on his Minnow to get tackled. Oh, I've got to go meet someone at the door. What you said?
Alright, no worries.
Yeah, that's the first piece I fell in love with when I opened this team. Was that block, tackle, claw.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice of getting tackle. It's not a bad choice. But
I my death roller.
Yeah, and they do well. They really do well to tackle, especially. But I don't know. I was like, I wonder if I'd have gone pro. But then again, I'm not very. I don't have much luck with big guys, to be fair.
I think I prefer pro slightly later on it.
But it's a double, isn't it? That's all I'm thinking. You're not guaranteed to get any more doubles. But, I don't know.
I generally don't play where I'm going to risk the reroll on the big guy anyway. If he fails it, he fails it.
I suppose with, obviously, him having wild animal, at least he doesn't lose his tackle zones if he fails, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I prefer wild animal over even bonehead.
Yeah,
just because it keeps the tackle zones.
Yeah. I think looking at this team, I mean, there's a lot of dodge in this team. That's got to be because there's an elf. He's an elf coach at heart, and he's like, this lovable dodge. Get to remove everything, get dodging all
I like it, to be honest. I mean, what other double are you going to take for the most part?
Lee.
You've got general access, you've got strength access.
Get Lee.
I'd like to see this team compare it in 2 seasons with another 400 TV on it. I think it'd be...
I mean, the thing is, it's like both him and Rez have gone down a different route to the original sort of Chaos / Nagel, where you basically go for the removals early. And Fox has said, look, I'm going long term here. I know that it needs a lot of work, and I know I'm going to go the one reroll and stuff like that. But the team itself is building really, really well. It's a shame that number 10 got a -1 on his AV.
He's picking up a bit. He's borderline.
You can see the experimentation with it as well.
Yeah, and the thing is,
playing around trying things.
The thing is as well, this has been quite a bashy division. So next season, he may not get this bash depending on who goes up. But I think he's done well with them, and it'll be interesting to see how they go.
It's a future build, isn't it?
It is, and that's the great thing,
nice
isn't it?
Transfer in as well next season. Bring a real nice Chaos Warrior in, kind of, with anything he wants.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more guard and more tackle in the team, but other than that, it's...
But again, he's another one who had to come in like 1400 odd. So when with Chaos and Nagel, there's so many skills you need. You're not going to get them all, and you've just got to play the long game with them, and that's what he's going to do. And I'm sure next season with the transfer, if he brings one in, they will be a lot better, and he's still got another 2 games to go this season. Right, White Line Cavaliers. My knowledge is these will not come back next season. So I'm not going to spend. Yeah, I'm not going to spend much time on these apart from, it is what it is. He's just had a bad season.
Strength ups.
Yeah.
It's hard to comment on a team that doesn't seem to be half there.
It's not. No, it's not. I mean, I got blamed for taking out 5 players last game, and I was like, well, he's got 2 loaders. He only had 9 to start with. He's only lost 3. But you know why I felt really bad for him in my game is that I've played a lot of the elf teams and they're just basing, and they deserve to be broken. I have no sympathy when elf teams play like that, but Cav wasn't playing like that. He was playing the proper game, and he had me in trouble. And he had a chance to stop my drive, and he rolled a double 1, and I felt bad for him because I thought, you know what, you've played him what I would suggest is the right way of playing elves, and Nuffles turned around and said, you know what, I prefer the Nagel, have a double 1, and he just went downhill from there. But
isn't the right way to play elves not to play them?
Well, you'd think so, but but I felt really bad for the poor guy. But I did hear that he was going to bring elves back in next season as well. So I don't know if the high elves are going to be wood elves or
flicking back to wood elves for a while.
Yeah,
he likes to switch between the 2.
But he's a good coach. I kind of forgive him for making. I kind of forgive him for making me look stupid now, because obviously I tipped him to win the full thing of the division. But I just
find it hard to talk about elves.
Yeah. But
I hate them that much. They're the only team I don't own is wood elves. I paid more money to buy teams individually, so I didn't end up getting Wood Elves.
Well, there you go. You see.
That's how much I hurt them.
So anyway, the Cavaliers near the bottom, unfortunately, so they've got no chance of the playoffs either. Right then, almost Killy. Resno rules you. A few people fancied this team to get in the top 2 because it's Res. I tell you what, I've never seen any. I mean, I fail a lot of GFRs. I've seen Bears fail a lot of GFRs, but you know what? I've never ever seen anybody in a season roll as many double failed GFIs than Resno rules you, and they've cost him games. I've never known it. I mean, I did say to him, and I think Moshot said the same to him. He says, "You know what? If you was Elves, you wouldn't have had to GFR that." Obviously,
you've got to set your team up not needing to do so many then, if that's the case.
Thing is, though, because they're quite slow, the average movement, sometimes, you got to do it. And I suppose if you're an elf coach and you're used to just going, well, I'm at this side of the pitch, but I can get to the other side of the pitch, you can still sort of do that with Beastmen. The problem is you've still got to roll some dice for them GFRs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You've sort of got to start setting up different and get the mindset of playing elves out of your head, haven't you?
Yeah.
Get further up the pitch before you get stuck, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it could also be the opponents are slowing him down enough that it's affecting it.
Yeah.
He must be bringing a good transfer in because he's got 240k.
Well, I spoke to him last night because he's got me last game of the season, and he was saying that he's got something to come in. I would imagine he'll either have one of his own or maybe more shots will give him one of his quality pieces. But
if you're looking at, like we were saying earlier about Fox's team and stuff, this team is the same TV and it looks a lot better. He's missing a player 150k, but you can take 100k off anyway with the overpay on the money. But this team looks a lot better than the other team.
Less experimentation with the skill choices from this team.
Yeah. It's weird because, like I said, this is the same TV and it does look a lot better.
It's also lacking the minnow as well. So
yeah, that's where the
big chunk of TV.
Yeah. Two doubles on the minnow, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he's got an extra reroll as well, so he's rocking 2 rerolls, and he's
plus he's got a leader. Yeah.
So...
I'll never. I mean, people. I have this conversation with a lot of people. I will never accept leader as a good choice on a warrior. I will never, because now when I look at this and think it's strength 5, you're looking like the Stanfam guard tentacle build, you'd think, but unfortunately that's going to take a lot longer now because you've got the leader in there. But I accept that with a lot of the Chaos and Nagel teams do have a leader reroll and they think it's a good idea, so I must be one against the rule and that's totally fine. But
I really like his 2 beastmen. I like his Sharon's Agi up on and his strength 4 is very good. I do like.
He's building a nice team here. I think the only thing I would be annoyed at with this team if I was Rez was number 7 Cupcake. He's been looking for 2 XP for ages. Just to get that claw, and again he couldn't get it done last game either. So he obviously I would be gobsmacked if he takes tackle on our piece. It's got to be claw. And Rez is a good coach.
Has he got the ogres to play?
No, Cupcake was missing that game when they played the ogres. He plays me now. He's only his last game against Mad Nagel. That's his last game of the season.
So as long as he kills Mad Frankie and gets that too, then
well,
he's alright.
Do you know the thing is with Frankie, it's like people go on about it, and I honestly thought he would have been dead by now. At the end of the day, I put him through so much danger, and he's still there. This season I've made him a bit more safer just because I've tried to let off the gas a lot, so I'm not killing as much. Because that seems to be what everyone's complaining about. So he's not really been hit as much. But if he dies, he dies. At the end of the day, he's a pest to go with Pom. That's all he is. I'd rather probably lose him than my ball carrier, who's very good. But Resno, I've watched most of his games, and like I said, his positioning usually gets him into winning positions, but sometimes he's just been left to do a few GFRs, and almost every time he's done that, he's failed it with a double one. You know, and we had a joke in our chat, and he was saying, "Oh, well, next time I'm going to give everyone sure feet." And I said, "Well, you could do, mate, but you still would fail because it's a double one." But it's going to be interesting what he does. I mean, like I say, I'm not a fan of Rez playing Chaos because I love watching his Wood Elves, and I like to have the rivalry Wood Elf v Nagel. But I think he'll definitely make a good job of it. And like I say, he's got 240k in the bank, so he can basically buy whatever he wants in the transfer market. And I'm excited to see what he takes for sure. But unfortunately, he cannot make the playoffs with that loss, so he will be able to chill out, play his game, and then reboot and try and get to the pros next season. The Wet Bandits. Now, this was a team where everybody seemed to be on the train with these. Like, yeah, this is the team to go for. These are the team what's going to get it done. They'll probably finish top 2. And they was doing well, and then I think Blue killed his killer, and Momo seemed to break everything else. But saying that, when you've got a number 4, a gutter runner, what's a point and click, and has leap, you're going to probably not lose many games, are you? I think that's fair to say.
I am a firm believer that he needs
every single blitz. I would rather give up a touchdown to hit that piece than.
It's easy said than done, though, isn't it? It's movement 10.
Oh, I mean, he protects it well, especially when I'm dwarves and movement 4 trying to catch up to movement 10.
You know that's his thing. I mean, Claude Green's only strength 2 now, the Storm Vermin. And
I'm surprised he's kept that, to be honest. He's not guards.
I don't know. His job will obviously be the enforcer, and he'll have to go against Frankie. What's to be interesting?
He'll use his Lionel, the strength 4, AG4, Rog Lionel for
Frankie.
Pull him down. Oh yeah. Pull him down and then stomp on him with a line.
Oh, yeah, he'll stomp on anything, man. That's the thing I love about Fight Talker. When I play against Fight Talker, and, you know, it's like jailhouse rules. You know, we know what's coming, and we both embrace it. But I've been impressed the way he took that beating from Mombo, and he did take a beating, but he still got himself in a position to get to the playoffs. You know, and I think that proves how much of a good coach he is. Yeah, he does have a point and click gutter runner.
Yeah, I've joked about this before, but I do not think they should be in the game. I just don't. I think it spoils the game as much as kickoff events do. In the fact that it's just, you can play the perfect game and lose on 10-16 from someone just clicking and scoring.
Yeah, and this is the interesting thing, isn't it?
Unless it's Rez, because then he would just roll double 1.
Yeah, it does like doing that.
To me, it is. People say it's skill keeping him alive, and yeah, it is, and getting him there. It is boring. You can't do anything about it. It could keep him alive. It happened to me last season or season before. I dominated, I nearly pitch cleared. He had 4 players left. One of them was the gutter runner. I can't think who it was I was playing now. And he dodged out, passed it to him, and scored for the win. And it is just pointless. I had the ball for like 12, 13, 14 turns. It just spoils the game, mate. And I know people are going to disagree, and I'm going to get slagged off for it. Yeah. But it spoils the game.
I think Momo I think when Momo played him, and the Wet Bandits are the only guy who's took a point off Momo. I think the Rats had 3 plays left on 10-16, and they still got to score, or 4 plays left, and he still just gave it to his one turner. Anyway, cheers, mate. I'll run, and if you put a line there, I'm just going to leap over the top of you and score. And this is it, isn't it? It's like, you know, they're going about kill teams or bash teams, or it's not fair, but it's a lot harder to remove a team than to score. You know,
fair enough. If you're using pushes, if you're setting up and he's got sidestep, and you're putting him in the middle and he's having to sidestep, and you're having to think about it a little bit. Even if you're only having to do 1 blitz to do it, at least it's summer. He's just stood on the touchline and he just runs full length, and it's boring.
Yeah, I know it's a thing, and that's.
And I'm not taking anything away from Fight Talk, because he's an awesome coach. And his team's brilliant, and he's done really well with it. Yeah, but he's boring, man.
It's my only loss this season was
to a 1-turner.
Turn 16 natural 1-turner.
Yeah,
exactly. Yawn. It's the word we're looking for. Yawn.
Yeah, but again, you've got to play to your strengths, and obviously that's one of his strengths, you know, until someone puts it in the ground, like Frankie. You know,
I do really like that number 2 gutter runner as well. That's a great piece.
Yeah, that is a sort of gut run I would love to build. I would probably go Leapo. Do you wait? 2 heads. I don't know.
I like the other one that he's got as well. That's built for interceptions.
Yeah, it's only strength 1, bless him, innit? But
he's not built for interceptions, is he?
His days and numbers.
Oh no,
it's kickoff return.
Return,
it's quite smart though, because he has this 1-turn philosophy. Because he's got this he's got his 1-turner, so he's thinking, right, to get this 1-turner to score more times than not, I need to get the ball with a minimum of fuss. So obviously having this other gut runner with 3 squares can move after the ball is kicked basically means it's either going to be under the ball or it's going to be right next to it, so he can then hand off. So it's quite smart the way he's done it, and it's also got the big hand, so if he does, the ball is loose, he can go in there with 2 heads. So it's a really smart build he's done. Obviously, it's only strength 1. And obviously he's got his right ogre now with break tackle. So he hasn't got much, but what he has is good. And I know for a fact I'm in trouble.
No, I'd be worried against you next game, to be honest, mate. I think...
Really?
Yeah, I think these bottom 5 players, you're going to ruin them. They're going to disappear. He might be able to look after his goal runners for
but then that's all he needs to get a result, though, isn't it? That's the thing with the 1-turner. I could chew through most of these players, and it's like, you know what? I'm just going to point and click and score. And there's nothing I can do, because I can't bring Monegel up and use Disturbing Presence, because he can put that anywhere on the line. So you're looking at a perfect defense or a defense blitz if you're doing that. But let's go away from the 1-turner now. I think he's a very good player. I think Fight Talk has improved a lot. Every time I see him, he seems to be getting better and better. He's a lovely lad. And I'm always a sucker if I think there's a real nice guy, and he's very positive about Blood Bowl. He's also very positive about the MML and the other divisions, the other leagues. And I'm always going to be wanting to cheer him on and hope he does well. He's going to bring in Chorfs next season. He's already said he's bringing in Chorfs. I've seen the team. I'm not going to spoil it. It's a good team he's bringing in. To me, this is like, well, you know what? Let's see if we can go out on a high. Let's see if we can get into the playoffs and try and win the Challenge Cup. You know what he could do with them gutters. So best of luck to him, and best of luck to him next season with his Chorfs. Finally then, Mighty Reds, the Ogres, who unfortunately haven't won a game this season, but they don't look too bad. I like the Ogres. He needs a 6th Ogre though, in my opinion. Dio, I'll let you have your say on this team.
He's built it fantastically, actually. All of them have break tackle. So he's not getting held up by anything. It's quite similar to how I like Lizards to be built as well. Of just put the break tackle on them, and that way they can get to where you need them. Rather than getting stuck on someone's lino that just keeps knocking them over. The 2 diving tackle and the Nobblers could catch a few people out, but. I don't imagine many people running through them rather than...
It's a good name, isn't it? I know. I saw that. Tossing McJoke in a second. I was one of the first ones I saw that. It did make me giggle, I must admit.
Little baby bejesus.
But I mean, he needs to win me a game, because I said he'd win a game.
He's a really good ogre. I'm really shocked he hasn't won a game. He's one of the best ogre builds I've seen.
I was.
His ogres aren't taking any knocks or injuries. None of his nobblers are carrying anything.
It's great, isn't it? Nothing's, But he did. I personally thought he threw it away against Rez. I thought that was a draw all day, and then he tried to pick the ball with no reroll. You don't do that. And the crowd said, we're going to punish you and you're going to lose that game. But I would have thought, I've seen him play and he's a very good player, and I would have thought he'd have won 1 game. But he's still got 2 more games to play. So, who knows, he may win one or the other.
A couple of his ogres are close to leveling as well. So
so next season they're going to be a lot better. Not happy, I'm not too chuffed about them being called Mighty Reds. Home ground, Old Trafford, Man United.
Old Trafford, disgusting, that's why he's not won.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. But, apart from that, his 5 ogres are built. And he really should be winning games with that team. But
and I think he will. I think he'll.
With the cash he makes from the last 2 games, he should be able to transfer in an ogre as well.
Yeah, well, he's got the Curitan. He's got the Curitons this week, so he's got to be careful about that Minotaur. But apart from that, there's not much to be scared of. But then
I think you could see him picking up a win against them.
Yeah, and then in week 7...
the Minotaur is going to be relying on a 1-dice block for the large part of it.
Well, if he blitzes, his strength 6 because he's got horns, so he'll get 2 die. But course. Again, you know, it could get frenzy trapped or anything. But then my Reds end up playing against the Wet Bandits in week 7, and I'm sure he'll be praying that I get rid of that Gut Runner, so it makes his job easier for the final.
Which one?
But well, I don't know, because I would think he'd probably want that 1 turner taken out, but that Wrestle Dauntless one's pretty dangerous as well. But yeah, we will see.
The Wrestle one with 2 heads running through Noblar tackle zones.
Yeah, it's going to be 2+ against a Noga with Dauntless. Yeah, I'll do my best. I'll do my best, Tan. But it's going to be hard for me to catch them.
Against the Ogre, he's going to be rolling 4+ for the Dauntless.
Oh yeah, because only strength 2, aren't they?
Strength 2, yeah.
Well, there we go. So that's the division. I mean, this division isn't as close as some of the others, if I'm being honest. I think, are we all certain that Monmo's team's gonna win it? I think it's pretty certain.
Yeah.
Or can anybody see the High Elves pulling off a shock against him? I mean, they will have inducement, so they can get a wizard and other stuff.
Yeah. Who's he playing, blue or Cav?
He's playing Cav.
No, he's just not going to win that.
So I think Cav would have a better chance than blue.
Oh, of course it's one game off.
He's not going to win that. It's Necro Snoopy's going to win that comfortably.
He's going to have too many loners to beat that particular Necro team, in my opinion.
So, who do you think finishes second then? Because it's the Cowboys or the Bandits. You think me?
I think all these 3 will qualify.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is, isn't it? With the playoffs, is trying to just get yourself into the playoffs and then go from there. I do believe there is a seeding system, isn't there? So top plays 8th. Is that how it works in the MML? Does anyone know?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think that's how it works. I think.
No, the top players, like the person who wins the most, is going to be number 1 seed.
Yeah, so he would
play the
8th.
Lowest.
Yeah, so it's seeded.
1v8, 2v7.
Yeah, what should be the way it's going. So it'd be interesting to see if there's any shenanigans in the last week then, because you know what? That's the only problem with seeded. It's like, oh, well, if I win, I play more shots, but if I lose, I play, I don't know, freaking Norse or something. That's going to be interesting to see if anyone manipulates that. But yeah, so there we go.
Never be bothered working that stuff out. I just play the game.
I just play to win, and and that's what I'll do in my last 2 games. So yeah, I think you're probably right. Snoopy's Revenge, Playground Cowboys, and the Wet Bandits. I think all 3 are probably a draw or a win away from making the playoffs via the wild card or whatever. So there we go. Good luck to everybody else left in the season. Hope you all do very well, apart from the Wet Bandits, because me and you play tonight. And good luck for the rest of the season, and see you all next season. Thanks for Dia for joining me on it, and thanks for Bears as well. So take care, guys, and we'll see